You can't handle the tin. Probably because I don't find that much. GrampyJAG here with a Tin Mine 2 status update. So I did a bunch of sampling, noodled around in various levels, found aluminum on 14, found banded iron on 13, and finally found tin on 12. So looks like we're going to concentrate between 1 and 12 at this point. Really not enough to worry about in the upper levels, and not going to worry about dropping into the lower annex levels until I get the main mine here cleaned out. So that's where we're heading. We're going to start digging for tin on level 12 and work our way down and pick up iron along the way. So I will keep you posted. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. There were, 12, and we had, 20 levels, so 8 levels with nothing but uninspected minerals, and and I also found coal up on 14. Started finding lignite up there. But yeah, like 6 levels, actually 8, with nothing, next to nothing, and nothing on any of them showing. So not certain what's going on with the distribution, or if I'm just in a really low census area for, possibility of getting ores. But yeah, going to be doing a lot more digging, a lot more poking around, but at least I am starting to see production on level 12 and lower. So why level is that? I don't know off the top of my head. Probably like 145-ish. Based on the last time I checked, probably about 145, 140, somewhere in there. So, keep you updated. Talk to you later. Hi, geez, what a day. In case you hadn't noticed, you probably haven't seen this before. Oops, let's back up. That's right, I'm on reverse. And can we get a shot over my shoulder? There it is. Tin Mine 2, level 1. So this is the base level of the tin mine. I'm going to take you outside, take a look around, show you what we're dealing with here. Where's the door? There it is. Yeah, that going into that other view addles my mind. So, looks like the trees are ready to harvest. I put in another navigation tower, and there's the one over there. Tin Mine 1 is that little bump. We hollowed all that out, and that took me days to do that. Hey tree, you're right in the way of the reveal. What we are looking at here, if I can get around these trees, I don't think this experiment's going to work. Oak trees will grow side by side. I don't know that those will. Let's get over to this little hillock, Hillock, You don't hear that used very often anymore, nor do you hear often pronounced correctly very often. So, over there's entrance. This is Tin Mine 2. There is, however, a connecting corridor that goes to what I am calling the annex. So everything up there is annex. And the annex actually has provision for a much larger mine below it. So we're going to go up and put the rest of the signs up so I don't get lost in this labyrinth. And you can get an idea of the extent of how big this is. And this will get us a lot of tin. Hopefully it will be enough to finish the initial project. Because, damn. Always remember, close the door behind you. And no, I don't have a door yet. I had to put a door in upstairs. I don't know why I didn't put one in down here. So anyhow, I've got the extents of how wide it is at this point, and I will push back and work this. When I get down to this level, this will be the last area that will be cleaned out. And we've got charcoal. Turns out some of the trees will actually produce charcoal in the furnaces, and others will make charcoal lumps. Ideally, they should all be charcoal lumps at this point, but hey, take advantage of it. So here's level 2. These are spaced 6 apart, 3. Come on, jump. I gotta get stairs in. 4 and 2, 5. So to get to level 5, we go this way. And it's a little windy. And you got to go through this little bridge corridor because this is the little low section between the 2 hills, sort of. So this is level 5. This is level 6, like I had to tell you that. 7, 8, 9, and we take a little turn here because we had to reorient because we're at the edge of the hill. This is level 10. Yeah, that's where I put the door in because I went outside and I wanted to be able to go out and take a look around. This is a level 11, and this was all water I had to fill in, and there's a couple levels like this. And to get to level 12, we go this way. And again, there's a little bit of adjusting. Here's level 12, and now to the annex. So this is the second tunnel in a low section. You see all the dirt here. And you go that way about 2 blocks, it is dirt. This is a narrow little section, a little ridge line. We had to do a zigzag because it was so narrow. So now this is annex level 14. So we went from 12 to 14. That's because we went up more than 6. We went up almost, I think it was 11, 10, 11. So when we work the annex, if the lag didn't get us there, from this point, we can also go back down. So we can count back 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and work this entire, I want to call it a hill. It's not really a mountain, but it's not really a hill. It's kind of one of them things in between. But it's huge. It is huge. It will take weeks without a quarry to clear this, and we just keep going up. That was my last of my signs. Okay, so we were on annex level 15. Level 16, and we got to go this way. Around what, 19? I think it's 19. So this is going to be known as the annex, the attic. We have a tree sitting like right there about 3 blocks away. This is as high as we go. This will be a tiny level, but I'm going to probably wind up hollowing out the entire peak top, just because it'll be easier than running all them tunnels. And then from here on down, we'll go with standard progression where we shoot out a couple of tunnels and then we run feeders off of them to clear everything. I love quarried stone. I'm going to get all of this when I'm done. I'm going to take whatever is holding back the outside and I'm going to take it all home. I love working with this stuff. And this comes out of Railcraft. It is wonderful. So I have one whopping sign back that I can use for directions if I have to. Let's see if there's a place that could use some clarification. It looks more like a fish. Fish bones. That's all right. We'll go with it. That way we know it's a little different. So ooey, we got like 19 levels. If you remember Tin Mine 1, Tin Mine 1 had like 7, maybe 8 levels tops. And it was a lot narrower. This is a lot broader. We're going to be here for freaking ever, especially when I start running tunnels out either side of this. Doubt there'll be much in it, or it'll be very worthwhile, but you never know. And it's more of a twisty, windy mess than I was expecting. I was hoping I could go pretty much straight the entire way, and you know, those things just never really work out. The problem is every level looks a lot like the last level, so yeah, I needed to put signage in this time. And even just seeing the sides of the sign, it makes it easier to see this. I couldn't see that before. I got lost in that room. Yay, and we are back. So, the next thing I need to work on is getting some wood production, so I have enough torches and I have enough charcoal to make torches, so that's why I got all that wood planted out there. And then we'll start pulling the tin out of the walls. You can see some behind me. We got blue tin, we got zinc. I don't know if I'm going to mess with the zinc. I got a ton of zinc at this point. I probably should pull it. Don't want to. Don't really have a need for zinc. There's not much you can make with zinc in this pack at the moment, but you know, things can always change. Might find a use for zinc. Use zinc to make brass. Don't have a lot of use for brass. We talked about that earlier. Got to make some stuff for brass. What do you make out of brass? Well, railings. I don't know if I can make those. Railings, decorative items. Not springs, but you can make armatures and things that are structural, that as long as they don't require too much strength. Brass is soft, it bends easy. Decorative frames, stuff like that. Don't know if I can make frames. I got to go and see what the additions mod will let me do, because I am not a coder. I don't know how to set up code. And, you know, someday, if we make enough money doing this, like if we get 1,000 subscribers and we get the watch hours, we start getting money flowing in, I would like to do a few things like, hire a coder to help do some of the things that I really would like to do in this mod pack, but can't do at the moment. Like the post getting into space variations I want to add. That's going to be huge if I can ever get there. But again, running out of time. I'm old. I'm decrepit. I can only manage to get... I shrunk. Look at me. I ain't only this tall now. I shrunk. Another thing I would love to do, I would love to get Dcraft on a server, but at $30 to $50 a month for a server rental, at least on a decent server, ain't happening. I ain't got that kind of money right now. Relying on all of you. Yes, you. That's like 15 cups of coffee a month. So if we can generate 15 cups of coffee a month, or actually preferably more, because you know there's always more expenses, or we can get monetized and start getting a trickle of cash coming in on the station or the channel here, whatever you want to call it, then we can do fun stuff like open up a server to a select few of you out there, because I can't run thousands of people. But I wouldn't mind having about a dozen of you in Dcraft and see how it holds up with multiple people. I know you're going to blow through the tech tree a whole lot faster if you work together than if you do it on your own. That's a given. Working on something with Bobby, and we're at loggerheads at the moment because it's too easy. I mean, I went from Stone Age to nuclear reactor within about 18 hours. And I wasn't playing all the time. It's too easy to get resources, it's too easy to make stuff. Too easy to get around. Too easy to not get eaten or beaten up by bad guys. Too easy. I want a little bit of a challenge. I want to be able to say, I did that. I survived. I built that. I dug every honking piece of rock out of the ground with my bare hands. Not using a digital miner and going, oh, it's done. Ding. And you got 10,000 pieces of useless garbage going into your ME storage that, yeah. Here's the thing. This world that I'm helping him with, people, they don't have 1 or 2 drives in their ME system. They got, wait for it, 40-ish. You know how much stuff you can pack into 40 drives? Just saying, it's crazy. It's like being in creative without being in creative. Think on that for a minute. Do you really want to be in a world where everything's handed to you on a silver platter? Well, some of you young folk might. In fact, that's the whole reason Bobby made it simpler, is because the young folk were saying, I had to work too hard. I had to grind for a whole 20 minutes. Why can't I have this? Why can't I have the ultimate version? It shouldn't be this hard. You should just give it to me. I don't get that. Yeah, just don't get me started on young people. I never thought I would be this annoyed with them, but really? Really? Just saying. You are not going to like Dcraft. If you don't like work, you got to work at it. It is not easy. It's not hard, but it ain't easy. It ain't giving nothing to you on a silver platter. In fact, you're going to be spinning your wheels for the first, several hours or a week or two. I can get through it because I've been through it a couple times. I know where not to waste my time anymore so much. That is the benefit of wisdom, and wisdom comes with age. It ain't that you're smarter, it's just you've messed up more than another guy. That's all it is. That's all wisdom is. So I tell people, don't get old, just age and get wise. Learn from people who have made the mistakes. You'll have a head start, and I know y'all don't want to. And I'm ranting again. I'm rambling. I'm going on. I need to stop that. I need to get back to digging tin, because that's what we're here for, to dig tin, to get Camonite, to work on ember stuff, so that we can advance and make our lives easier. By a little bit. Not a lot. A little bit. It's worth it. So, I got a mountain to dig out with a pick. I'll see y'all later. Enjoy. Well, shiz. Is that how they say it on, was it Live Tonight or whatever the heck it is? I don't know. Saturday Night Live. Shows. I have no idea what they're talking about. Anyhow, something the youngins say. As it is, I need to... I went up. I cleared out the attic. I cleared out level 19. For my efforts, I have 1 taconite ore. That's it. So far, we are not off to an exciting start. But we did get a fair amount of that quarried stone out. There's still more. And we got a bunch of red granite. And we got milky quartz. So, yay on that. But this is all the tin that I've picked up through this entire time I've been here, digging through, picking around, stuff like that. Here's the taconite. So, at the moment, not exactly a stellar bit of production. Had higher hopes than that. Let's make a couple more rock busters. And let's grab some wood. Oh, that was silly. Stop that. Tried grabbing that thing and it ran away. Put that there. Get those out. Put these over here. Put this back and put my helmet on. There. Now let's go break some rock. Remember, you always got to have your hard hat on when you're breaking rock. It's a safety thing. OSHA come and get you in Minecraft if you don't have a hard hat on. Make sure you follow all the safety labels on your rock breakers too. So we are shooting for level 18. We're halfway there. Oh, and I got stairs in. Look how fast I can go now. Ah, when you hit them right. You notice we went through the clouds. About level 10 or 11. $16. Yeah, 17 is where we should be. Nope, 18. Okay, so it was the attic and 19. Notice there is still a fair amount of quarried stone I need to come back up and pull out at some point. But for right now, today, we are going to, I think, enter here. We got to remember not to break that one, which, of course, first thing we do is try and break it. So don't break that one. Break that one. There we go. Yes, and you see all this cobblestone? That's because we had to fill another pool. There's more water on these hills. Can't find water down below sometimes, but you sure can find it in the hills. And I mean in the hills, not on the hills, in the hills. So there's a big chunky I've already had a look at that ain't gonna have nothing in it for ore. Okay, sounds like we are hitting dirt, and I see snow. Oh, look at that. We had rock on the surface. We had an outcrop. And we'll just wall that off. So that's as far as we go here. Now we may need to branch out. I had to branch out a little bit on the upper level. Whew! Talk about narrow on this side. Always try and put one out there just so I know where I've come through. All right, so that was interesting. Yep, I knew we did it. I knew we would did it. Got to do it at least once. All right, so we're not going very far here. So 1, 2. Yeah, we'll just go 1. Shouldn't be using that pick. Iron's expensive, especially when I'm not finding any. So, how about them Bills? Yeah, it's not football season, I know. There ain't many of you out there that realize the only team worth following is the Bills. But hey, you know, that's probably because I was born up there. You watch that Greek guy on YouTube? He's from Buffalo. One is always talking about the Gen Z versus Gen X. That makes a lot of sense. You know, it seems like I could have grown up with him, but he seems younger by about 10, 20 years. He says he's a Gen X. And this always got me confused because you never heard anybody say anything about any generations but the greatest generation that ever was and the baby boomers until about 1992, 93, and then all of a sudden it's Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Q, Gen L. Who knows? The millennials. Millennials were originally people born after the millennium, part of the new millennium, and now they're people who were born before the end of the last millennium. None of these people can keep stuff straight. And the boomers, we were boomers right through like 1983. Now, anybody, and it's crept back. It went into the 70s, and then it went into the 60s, and now it's sitting at 64. 1964 they retconned it to, so very soon I may no longer be a boomer. Although quite honestly, I do sympathize a lot with the Gen X. Societally, I grew up with Gen X family types. You know, not there. If you die, don't call us. That sort of stuff. Hospital, we don't do no stinking hospitals. Unless you're my brother. Of course, he's technically a Gen Xer, but for some reason they treated him like a Zoomer or something, or whoever the helicopter. They were much more helicoptery around him than me. They left me just to run wild. What was that? Oh, uninspected. We don't want that right now. We can live without that right now. Yeah, we went way back on that, just not very far to the sides. I'm wondering if I should poke these. Poke and peek. That's what we call it. Poke and peek. I think we're going to do that. So let's poke and peek a few of these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and button my shoe. Well, looks like it has gotten deep there. So this begs the question, if it's this deep, this close to the end, what's the chances that we just hit dirt pocket instead of the outside? Well, it says dirt. Yep, there's snow. So this would make it our 4th winter. Brr, it's cold. All right, since we've done that, let's block it off. There was nothing in there. Let's see how far we can go with this. So I try and block off the tunnels behind me, so I know I don't have to go back in there again. Unless, of course, there's something in there I do want to get back in and poke around with. like the quarried stone. I did them a little different upstairs so I could get at the quarried stone a little easier. Okay. A lot of times there's tin hiding around at the edges here. But so far, we're in the 170s now, and I still haven't seen any tin. Should be more tin the higher you go, I thought. Maybe I corrected for that. May have had to correct for it in case people went with a standard world instead of biomes with plenty, or so they had a more equal chance across different world types. You still need some altitude, and you're going to need altitude for the other goodie, which I haven't seen yet. We're going to have to find an actual mountain before we find that little treasure. We don't need it right away, but it's something we need to keep our eyes open for. Kind of like smoldering coal. You don't need it, but if you find it, smoldering coal can make your life a lot easier in some aspects. Oh yeah, we're near the edge. We're near the edge. Did you hear that explosion? Yeah, we found a creeper or a zombie with TNT. They will get you. They can hear you through stone. And they will dig, and they will pillar, and they will hunt you down, which is why you have two saving graces. One is light, which I haven't got any light out at this altitude, so that ain't gonna help us. And the other is distance, and if we're sitting, at dirt, there's no distance. You need like 20-30 blocks between you, which is why I stay inside, I go out during the daylight, and I run. And it still doesn't always help. Yeah, we got serpentine up there. Yeah, it's a good thing I went poke and peek here. If I were getting any amount of tin, but so far, not so much, Chucky. That's all I need is for someone to come dropping in. They always seem to do that. You pop a hole up and boom, down they fall. I have been so lucky I haven't had that happen in this game so far. Knock wood or rocks. So at this point, it looks like we are going to have the continuing saga of breaking rock with no resources, which is kind of lame. I think I would at least get copper or, low-grade iron. I'd love to get some low-grade iron. Even zinc. I'd take zinc at the... No, I wouldn't. Let's be honest. I ain't that thrilled with zinc. Not enough uses for it, and that's my own fault. Of course, zinc wasn't this prevalent in the last couple tests either. I don't know what I must have changed the zinc parameters because I was not getting zinc clouds. So for those of you who don't know how Railcraft does things, they normally have things show up in clouds. If you find one, you're going to find 50. But you may not find one for a very long time. There was a time when you were standing that close, it would hit you. All right, and we're going to call that good is, good is. So, not gonna make you watch until I find tin, because we could be here for a couple hours. Oh no, yeah, I forgot to take my helmet off again too. Oh well, you know what, you're just gonna have to, oh, and that's the back of my head. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm just as pretty this way as I normally am. You can even see my white fur hanging out. So, catch you next time. Hopefully we will have a report of tin, and I can tell you how far we needed to go to find it. So, bye. Found it. Found it. Ha! Told you. That's it up there. See that sparkly blue thing? That's a rare find. Not as rare as some, but it's important. Well, it is in a while anyway. So let's take a look. This is a therium ore. This is required to collect basically liquid moonlight, which you can then crystallize. And it's used in various sundry alloying and purification and all kinds of good stuff. So this is our, oh, we got a flash. This is our first one. And it requires an obsidian level, which means I can't pull it. I'm going to have to come back with my diamond pick. I did not bring it. It may actually just be worth a trip. And it is morning. And I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, this is convoluted. And I am hardly started on this level. If it weren't for the fact that I'm blocking things off as I dig through, oh, excuse me, it's been a long day. Probably be even more confusing. But since it is morning, morning, I'm going to get yelled at for that by the, yeah, censor people. They get real crappy about things like that. Can't have fun. No fun to be had here. So this is easy. You just go tower to tower. I thought about putting on a post to give the direction to the next, but this is close enough that, yeah, you can see it. It's over there across the little waterway. And it's not such a bad jaunt to get home from here. I'm just glad we're doing it in the morning. While we're passing through, let's grab some of this. And there's that stupid egg again. Get out of here. There we go. Now we got some driftwood. We have such a wonderful range of colors and patterns for building materials in this world. Now, one of the few things I won't do is these Torito board wood. They just basically are useless. Can't do much with them. Can't, yeah. Try one. See if you like it. I bet you don't. Get out of the cold water. Like I say, it's winter again. So this is like winter number 4. Is that an alien? Oh, that's a chicken. I need feathers. What do we got that we can get rid of? We can get rid of dirt. We can get rid of some of the cobblestone. Oh, we want to keep the iron helmet. But I need chichen feathers. Chichens. I had a guy I worked with called them chichens. There we go. Need them for a couple reasons. One is arrows, because I am running out of arrows. You need to pick up. May have to build one of them magnet things. They're actually a lot of trouble, but they also are like really useful. I don't know if I have them in this pack or not. Probably do. Whee! Yeah, we get this run done, and I am seriously thinking about Betty Bye. Oh, it is 8:30. It is bedtime. Yeah, I know I'm old. Give me a break. Didn't get a nap today. Dug a ditch. Dug a ditch in real life. They'll pay for that tomorrow. Can't do stuff like that anymore. I need to find a young kid that I can pay, you know, like a nickel to or something. By a nickel, I mean like $5. Banded iron tin. What did we come back for? We came back for the. Yeah, we came back for the diamond pickaxe. That's what we're here for. Looks like we need to make a regular axe again. Well, I'll do that when I actually go harvest wood. What time is it? I might be able to get back there. As long as I don't get sidetracked. Yeah, we all know that won't happen, right? I never get sidetracked. I could swim over there, but I would probably die. I was looking at the squids. Squids have started showing up, by the way. I was looking at the squids, and it seems like every time I find squid, they are being attacked by lampreys or sharks. So, not a good time to be a squid. Just kind of looking to see if there's more driftwood hiding around. I'm not seeing it. It's usually pretty well along the coast. Along with them damn Torito things. Don't like those. I mentioned I don't like what the heck was that? Something jumped out of the water. Oh, there's more of them damn lampreys. They always come around schools. They're a pain. They die pretty quick if you can hit them. The problem is if you can hit them. See, and they're following me. Welcome to the ice flows, babies. Oh, there's some wood. Oh, and I got a flamingo egg. With my luck. Nope, no flamingo. I'm surprised. That's all I need is a pink bird. running around calling me mama. You'd think those things would go deep and hibernate. Just saying. Let's try that again. Just saying. You see my charcoal kiln sticking out of the side of the hill because I made it too big. Yeah. Oh, and I didn't close the door. That was bad. Who knows what walked in? Who knows what shadows lie in the hearts of men? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Got that, got that. Oh, I'm just out of shovels. Let's make a shovel. Get over there. And we're going to put our helmet back on because we're going to go back to work so that we can have, let's put him up there so we know where he's at. There we go. All right, and I will see you the next time I have something interesting to report. I am getting ore, I am getting tin, I'm getting iron, I'm getting all kinds of goodies. And now I'm going to get me, and oh, that's what we were going to do. We were going to get the Ethereum. Let's go get an Ethereum and show you what that looks like. This is the right way, Dan. Go up. Oh, I got to take that out. You're not supposed to know my name. My name is Jag, GrampyJAG. That's my name. Don't you love when you make goofs? All right. Gonna take the long way around, because it's the only choice we've got. Get that out, put that back. Yeah, if I had enough diamonds, I'd just use a diamond drill because it's a whole lot better. Diamond pickaxe, whatever. It looks like a drill. Alrighty, there it is. So, engage diamond pickaxe. Look at that. Sparklies. And there's another one. And it's a little cross-shaped crystal. So, that is solidified. Oh, there's another one. Solidified liquid moonlight. And I'm surprised if they're here, they should be up above as well. So we will probably see more of those. Any case, yeah, that's not really a Borg sound. That's somebody else, but I don't have a lightsaber. So anyhow, I'll let you know if I find anything else interesting in this place. Still digging for tin. You see the tin up there? We got to get that. Tin is what we're after. Tin is our middle name. GrampyJAG. Yep, that's me, GrampyJAG. Bye. Next time, the continuing adventures of Tin Mine 2.